The last modification we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the cheese variable bar, and we're going to actually have little small cheese wedge icons appear right up here under our health bar to show that the mouse has collected the cheese. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the variable. We're going to turn off cheese, so now we have a spot for it. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go on the last cheese here and duplicate it, which will give me cheese 5. I'm going to change cheese 5 to cheese bar. I'm also going to dump all of the coating. I'm going to go up to costumes. I'm going to take this, and the first thing I'm going to do is grab this and rotate it. That way it's showing in a clearly different direction. I'm going to use the icons there, or the checkerboard pattern in the background, to try to do my best to line it up. I'm going to reduce its size so I get a small one. And you'll notice as I get kind of that small indicator, I'm actually going to try to, I know it's going to change the proportions a little bit, but I'm just going to make it a little wider. It seems to look better by doing that. And this one is going to be cheese 1. That way, as I duplicate it, I get cheese 2 automatically. I'm then going to take this, I'm going to click copy, I'm going to click paste, and I'm going to move it next to it like this, trying to line the bottoms up. So now I've got 2, duplicate, and I can just click paste. Move this straight out to the side. Again, I'm using the boxes to try to estimate about an even gap. You're going to want to try to do your best. Maybe put a little bit more effort into equal spacing. If you want to actually space them out with something, that's fine. Duplicate the last one to cheese 4 and paste and add on. Now before now, I just let it hang out in the center. Now that I'm showing the full range, I'm going to kind of bring this up and center it under the lives bar right there to indicate how many of the cheeses I have picked up. Now I don't need a 0 because I'm going to use hide for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to code. And the nice part is I already have my cheese variable. So I have a couple events that I need to go ahead and set up for. And they're all when I receives. So I can bring those out and duplicate it 3 times. So when I receive reset, I am going to forever. And this is where I start building out my if-then. So I'm going to build an if-then using my equals operator. And this time, instead of counting down, I'm going to count up. So if cheese is equal to 0, then what I want this to do is to hide. I'm now going to duplicate that, change 0 to 1, take this out. I want that to show, and I want to switch costume to cheese 1. I'm going to duplicate this, and I want this to be 2. Change cheese 2. I'm actually going to take the show part of it out because I've already showed it. I don't need to continue with that. So again, it's hiding if cheese is equal to 0. It's showing if cheese is equal to 1 and giving you the switch costumes. Switch costumes to cheese 2. Duplicate this. That'll be 3. Duplicate again. That'll be 4. So 3 and 4. So that should have that forever doing that stuff. Now, when we receive game over, we want to hide. When we receive win, we want to hide. So that way, everything hides when you receive either of these 2 comments. So we should be good to go. As I start my code, now I should be able to pick up that cheese, and you see it changes. this cheese, and now I've got 2. Cheese here, now I've got 3. Have to move up some. Last life, pick up that 4th cheese, and go over and win. Now you'll notice actually that my lives are showing still. So one of the things I forgot, and you might want to just need to come back here and add this, is as we receive game over, we hide and duplicate that. As we receive win, we hide. So that should be our game now. So we have everything showing based on visual things. My health is a bar, my lives are icons that go away as I lose them, and my cheeses are icons that come in as I win them. And again, our you win and our you lose screens, everything goes away, and then everything comes back. So that's the final modification to make Mouse Maze 2 complete.